What is going on, apes of the ape army? We have a very important AMC update video to bring you guys as fast as possible because we do have this shareholder count that is in, and we've been waiting for this for a very long time. This will help us signify that there are shares outstanding that should not be outstanding, or naked short selling that has been going on. And from what I am doing my due diligence, I estimate there's about 100 million shares that are outstanding that should not be outstanding. So we're going to talk about it, break it all down, and take a look at what AMC did release about the shareholder count, because it is very good for any AMC investor, and you will definitely want to hear this. But before we do get into it, make sure to tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, as well as comment down below what do you think about this, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Now, before we do get into it though, I do have to ask you guys, for the future of this channel going into the future, to go to the community section on my main page and go to this post. It says AMC is the trade, a no-brainer, we own the float. But do you guys want videos on other stocks to trade? Option trades only. And essentially what I'm thinking here is what we have been doing in the buy and sell alerts. If you want to be a part of that, link down below in the description. We have been killing it, but we're essentially trading these stocks, pretty much day trading them with options, and then taking that extra money, taking the profits, and putting that back into AMC. I think that is a great way to take some of this liquidity out of other stocks and take it back into AMC without becoming the bag holder, right? Without actually purchasing the shares and seeing what Clove did today. I've been warning about that on this channel for the last 2 days. Hopefully none of you guys fell victim to that and you were able to profit off it with options like we were, and put that money back into AMC, because that is the real trade. And why would you invest in something that is 80% institutionally owned when you could invest in the rest of the apes that own 80% or more of AMC? And this article does say that AMC apes own more than 80% of AMC, so that is all good there. But the first option is just AMC videos. That currently sits at 64% of votes. The next one, whatever trades I will make money on, that is at 30%. And then keep the non-AMC trades for the buy and sell alerts, because over there we don't care, we make money, but the main goal is to take that money, like I said, and make the profits and then take it back into AMC. Never shares. We don't trade shares in the buy and sell alerts. We buy shares for the long term, but not in all these other hype stocks that, you know, you're gonna get caught holding the bag. We're not about that, and that's not what we're doing, so don't get the wrong impression there. But like I said, if you want to be a part of that, link down below in the description. We have been killing it. So getting right into this, guys, it says AMT Entertainment Holding announces shareholder count. As of June 2nd, AMC had approximately 4.1 million shareholders eligible to vote at the upcoming shareholder meeting. It does go on to say that the record date for the shareholder meeting scheduled for July 29, 2021. As of June 2nd, there were approximately 4.1 million individual shareholders. This is very important. Keep that in mind. Individual shareholders eligible to vote at the upcoming shareholder meeting. Advanced voting will begin on June 16th, with most shareholders eligible to vote by internet through 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on July 28th. AMC's definitive proxy statement will be filed on June 16th. Shortly, therefore, voting materials and a notice of the shareholder meeting will be sent to individual investors. Such investors are encouraged to reach out to the brokerage in the later part of June or early in July if these materials have not yet been received from their brokers. It says, commenting about the share count, AMC President and CEO Adam Aron said, in quotes, "The number of investors who want to own a part of AMC continues to increase and now stands at approximately 4.1 million people." It says more than 80% of AMC shares are held by a broad base of retail investors with an average holding of around 120 shares. Some hold more, some hold less. However, each and every shareholder is important to AMC. Each shareholder has a critical role to play in AMC's future by having their voice heard, by voting at our upcoming shareholder meeting. By voting in favor of these proposals, together we can help position AMC in its 101st year of business for continued success over the next century. And it just goes on to say more about AMC and what they're trying to do here. Now, where this really starts to get interesting, you have to pay attention to the details. And this says individual shareholders, and hedge funds or institutions do not count as individual shareholders. Let's say a billionaire owns 5% of the company. Those shares would count as individuals because it is an individual. But hedge funds and institutions do not count as individual shareholders. holders. So the devil is in the details, and when we do just search up how many institutions have positions in AMC, it comes up 432 institutional investors and shareholders that have filed 13D/G or 13F forms with the Securities Exchange Commission, SEC. These institutions hold a total of 135,848,911 shares. Now, before I get too carried away with this, let me show you, if we do take 4.1 million individual shareholders that hold an average of 120 shares apiece, that comes out to 492 million shares. And then if you just add this together, right? You add the individual shareholder count, and then you add the institutional shareholder count, you come out to 628 million shares. Now, how is this possible? It is naked short selling. When naked short selling does happen, these people that are doing the naked short selling, they essentially take shares that don't exist, sell them to the public. So whoever is buying those shares is putting up the money and has a right to the shares. So if that is happening over and over and over again, you get all these shares with all of these rights to these shares that don't actually exist. And I think that's why you have about 15 million additional shares that are out there that shouldn't be out there. Now, I'm not exactly sure how refined this data is, this 135 million share count. I couldn't find anything more accurate than this. I do believe this was updated about 2 weeks ago, so it could be a little bit different, but give or take, there's about 100 million shares that should not exist out in the marketplace, and that is because of naked short sellers. Now, the implications of this are not quite clear. If there's 100 million shares that were nakedly sold short that shouldn't exist on the marketplace, theoretically you would think these people that were doing the naked shorting would at least have to buy back the shares, or they would get eliminating, driving the share price up about 20% in AMC. Because if there's 100 million shares that shouldn't exist, there's 500 million shares that do exist, legally exist. They're not just going to add 100 million legit shares to AMC, because AMC wouldn't get the funds for those, and they are not legal shares. And that is 20% of the float that has been nakedly sold short. So theoretically, you would see a price increase of about 20% when this is all said and done, but it is not quite clear exactly what will happen, because quite frankly, this doesn't happen all the time, or at least it doesn't get discovered to happen all the time. Usually with the T+2 settlement, whenever naked short sellers are selling shares nakedly short, there's ways to get around it with like I said, the T+2 settlement, so they don't have to immediately disclose that they are naked short selling these stocks. Usually it happens in a very short amount of time, but when you see AMC's share price go up so much, these naked short sellers are going to try to do whatever they can to get out of this. So all in all, I do think this is very, very good. And if you guys did not see my last video, this is a must to watch. The SEC is covering up for naked short sellers. They don't want the whole market to go into a frenzy. Guys, they are supposed to report the failure to deliver numbers, which is essentially people who wanted shares back that sold short, that the shares were not available to get back. This happens by excessive naked short selling, and we've seen this happen a lot during the last spike and the last short squeeze we've seen, but this data has not been updated since the first half of May, and they typically update this data twice a month, about every 15 days for the first half of the month and then the second half of the month, but this has not been reported for the second half of May, and now we're almost to the first half of June. So I think the SEC is covering up for these guys. They don't want an all-out media YouTube frenzy going on to question the whole financial system. So that is a video you guys definitely have to watch if you are AMC shareholders. All in all, I do think this is great news for current AMC shareholders, and you have nothing to worry about when it does come to AMC. At the very least, this is very positive news. So with that being said, if you want to stay up to date with my buy and sell alerts, check the link down below in the description, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want using the link down below for public. No deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account, and you get your stock immediately, even if it is after hours, 2 o'clock in the morning, or in literally the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter what time, you get your stock immediately. Now, if you want more videos like this, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to go vote on the channel under the community section to have your voice be heard, right? If you want more stocks or you want to be up to date with the plays that we are making in the buy and sell alerts, then go vote, guys. It costs you nothing. You can't get mad at me for posting other videos about other stocks if you guys don't vote, and that does become the majority of votes. So with that being said, I will see you guys later. Y'all be cool.